Pisces, February. Last but not least, Pisces, and we sure do have a lot of planets in your sign this month. As you know, we've had Saturn, the planet of responsibility, of hard work, of long-term success. It's been in your sign for a while now, along with Neptune, one of your ruling planet. And now we have this month, we have Mercury joining us in Pisces on 2/13. So we're going to have a lot of planets in Pisces. Also, the new moon will be in Pisces this month. So on the 27th, we'll have the 9-degree Pisces new moon at 7:45 p.m. This is a beautiful new moon for you, Pisces. There's going to be a lot of energy there shining on you. It's going to be trining Mars, which will have just gone direct in the watery sign of Cancer. So that's going to be a good thing for you. It might give you a little motivation. The new moon will be square Jupiter, which if we're going to have any planet to be squared with, I would say Jupiter's the easier one. And so a very lovely month for you. Okay, remember a lot of these planets that have been hanging out in your sign for a while now, by like May, they're going to move into Aries and they're going to do a little back and forth with you for a while. So you're going to be kind of out of the hot seat for a little bit and then it'll come back. And then by next year, they'll move out of your sign for good. Okay. So we have the sun. The sun will be in the late degrees of Aquarius towards the end of the month. So it'll be shining on some of you early Pisces people, early birthdays of Pisces. So you'll have a lot of new ideas. You want to make sure that you mean what you say, because Mercury and Pisces sometimes can get foggy and we can be caught up in the romance of things and say things and overcommit to things. So be careful about that. Venus will be really close to Neptune on Valentine's Day, Neptune being your ruling planet. And so, on Valentine's Day. So just like that can be really beautiful and it can be really romantic, but you just want to be careful about like over committing, because once that fog clears out, things might not be as you thought they were. Okay. You know, I was talking to Sheila Haidt, my mentor, recently, and saying like, you know, I always think of Pisces as foggy and delusional and not seeing clearly, but every sign is both extremes, right? So Pisces, you can have extreme clarity. You're so creative. You can have really huge vision of something that you want to create. So you're kind of both of those extremes. Now, I did a pre-reading for you. And let's see, just because I want to make sure I know what to tell you this month. And the first card that came up is the King of Wands. And I love, he's a Lion King for sure. Remember, this month we have the Leo full moon. And so that was kind of coming up right away, that this is going to be a powerful time for you, okay? The full moon in Leo will be on Wednesday, February 12th at 8:53 a.m. and it will be trining a positive aspect Venus. So there's a lot here about the beauty of it all, about showing up. He's bold. He's not shy. Okay, so he's showing up there. I would mark your calendar for that full moon on the 12th. Now, the Empress card shows up next. I like how like you can almost like, it's like her jacket's open and you can see all the worlds inside of her. Now, this is a major arcana, major secret of life card related to the sign Taurus, ruled by the planet Venus. We know we're in a Valentine's Day month, so a lot of Venus energy. Venus will start off the month in Pisces, but quickly move into Aries right in like the day 3 of February. So it's going to be a really beautiful time for you, Pisces, especially the beginning of the month as you get those last couple days of Venus in your sign. The next card that came out is the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is like a great advisor, someone we turn to. Interesting that it almost looks like, I think those are ravens. And then what's that called? A scarab, I think. It's like the beetle at the bottom. So the Hierophant is always a card that kind of confuses me because I learned it to be a Sagittarius card, which has to do with connection to the higher powers, right? To your higher power. But the Hierophant is also considered a Taurus card because it's a card of stability and it's a card of like a great advisor. But we see a lot of themes of transformation and change here. All right. So far you come in with a king and two major arcanas. And then we also have another one. The Death card showed up. And I think this is such a beautiful Death card. This is from the Tattoo Tarot. And so this is the Pluto energy. This is death and rebirth. It's power. And I don't know, kind of gave me vibes that like maybe you've suffered some loss in the love department. This is asking you to turn to some of the solid people in your life for a little advice and to really show up for yourself. They're really beautiful cards here. Then I pulled one more just to make sure if there's anything else here. And the Six of Pentacles showed up. And what a pretty version of the Six of Pentacles from the Inner Light Tarot. And it's like usually the Six of Pentacles is some kind of financial exchange going on. But this one, it's like she's in her hands with the moon, all these pentacles around. It's just kind of like has a softness and like the themes of value, like valuing the quiet time, valuing the peace, valuing all the beauty. Okay, valuing having someone to turn to for advice, valuing the relationships that maybe you've had. And I know that nothing lasts forever, but the memories do. And so we have a lot here, a lot of very powerful cards. I have to say in all the piles, all the readings, I don't think anyone got this many major arcanas. So there's definitely some importance here. There's some things that you need to learn. There's things about being in relationships. There's things about being able to open up and be vulnerable and to share, okay, and to speak up, and that that you are safe to do so, okay. Now that was your pre-reading. I'm going to do a live reading right now. I haven't looked at any of these cards yet. Let's see what else you need to know here, Pisces. A lot of energy on you with all those planets in your sign. And I know that can get a little exhausting after a while. It's been going on for a while for you, so let's see what you need to know here. All right, the first, this is the Muse Tarot. Your first card is the Four of Inspiration. There's a lovely group of women here, kind of all gathering together, connecting. And we already saw that you like the need to reach for a good advisor. And so here's your group of people, okay? Four of Inspiration, Four of Wands. Here's the King of Swords showing up. See, that's your second king that shows up. He's an air king. He's an eagle, so he's got a really good vision of things. Kings are energy of going after something. Okay, it's also a card of big business. It's coming in under the Empress. It has a lot there about value. So it could be a good money month for you. You've got the Magician, one of my favorite cards. So the Magician telling us everything and anything is possible. You have the power to create. The Magician is the alchemist, okay? So another major arcana, and you just need to get clear on what it is that you want. I need one more. How did I miss one more? Okay, let's put one more here. The Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so something beautiful showing up, something of value. If you've been waiting on some money coming in, it looks like this is the time. But it definitely looks like you almost need to distract yourself for a bit with some really good people around you so you feel really supported. Because I kind of get a feeling of like loneliness here. But it's if you tend to that, it looks like there's some new people coming in. Make sure like that, if you are alone, that you go to different like meditation groups and like a yoga class, anything where you can just gather with other people. Okay. Now let's see what your oracles are. You've got the waning crescent. So this is coming down, waning. And so that's almost a new moon. And we know it's your new moon month, right? Pisces. So just showing the power here of that. You got the Rapture card that says sensuality, love, devotion, romance, ecstasy, and pleasure. Hey, nobody's going to complain about any of that, right? So Yeah, and there's a lot here. This Pisces time, with all these planets in Pisces, and then you are a Pisces, this is the time to retreat back, take care of yourself a bit, because things are going to be full speed ahead when we get to May. All right. So there's a lot of love, devotion. Make sure that you're giving that to yourself. And then if you are ready, I kind of get the vibe like you haven't been ready for love, but now I'm starting to think that you are. Seven of Materials shows up. How pretty all those roses. Looks like a conveyor belt. So it's like there may have been a lot of options, but now you might be actually ready to choose one. Okay. So that's a good thing. All right. So this is your reading. Now I'm going to give you a card for each week through the month of February. My cute little tiny mini little golden Art Nouveaux. Let's see what you need to know. Week 1, Queen of Swords. Okay, so you have the Queen and then they had the King under there. They're a pair. All right, so these are very powerful people, very business minded, very logical, very precise. So maybe you've been very picky about who you're with. And this can be as far as love goes, but this can also be as far as friendships go. So whichever way applies to you. Week 2, this is Valentine's Day week. You have the Moon here. The Moon is a very emotional card. They're giving it a good howl. Looks like they're a couple. Okay. So there's a lot here and there's a lot of strong feeling and a lot of strong intuition. Just have a feeling that you need to have like a really good cry. I think you're missing someone. And so just making sure that you have that good cry, but also that making space for the right people to connect with. Week 3, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Great card. Card of forward movement. Okay, it's almost like the Wheel of Fate. I do believe that some things are fated, but we do have free will also. So you've got a lot of cards, a movement card. This could also be about like planning a trip or getting out and about. Week 4, Two of Swords. Okay, so Two of Swords kind of going inward. She needs to feel safe. Maybe you feel a little vulnerable. So just making sure that you take the time alone as you need it. Okay, week 2. All right, so this is your reading, Pisces. I hope you connected with it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to move this to the side, and I'm going to use the charms and the dice to give you some power days for the month. My gigantic bowl of charms. Now, please let me know if you like this part or not. I'm always considering, do I keep the charms or don't I? So let's see. Let me know. Comment below. Love to hear from you. Just going to throw some of these onto the board. And I'm also going to roll these dice. Just looking for names, initials, anything that has meaning to you. Okay. And we rolled Saturn, Taurus, 10th house. So Saturn, responsibility, work, your reputation, your long-term success. All the things we work hard for. Taurus rules the body. It rules Mother Earth. It rules all the adornments of the body. It's a beautiful sign. So you got Saturn and Taurus kind of showing me that things pay off over time. And you got the 10th house, which is Saturn's house. So there's a lot of themes about career. There's a lot of themes about money. There's also themes of like a relationship with, you know how you had the King and Queen of Swords? It's almost like a relationship with someone else who's like your equal. And so I see this connection. This can also be work. If you're looking for something with work, there could be good money position coming in. Okay. Now at the top, we have an H, a purple heart, the number 1, an A, and the word who. All right. That's kind of going across the top there. Over at the side, I see a G, a B. Those are kind of in January. Then we get over here and we have a lot of energy on the 6th of February. You have an O, a Q, a microphone, and I think that this heart is kind of landed there on the 6th, but it almost kind of felt like it was going into the 14th. So maybe on the 6th is when you're out and about, maybe if you're in a relationship, thinking about Valentine's Day, or if there's somebody that you love that you want to give something to on Valentine's Day. Looks like the 6th might be the day that you start planning that. We have on the 12th, we have number 6, and a moon phase. On the 13th, we have the word royalty. On the 14th, on Valentine's Day, we have this moth. On the 15th, the letter L. And we have on President's Day an angel wing, the 18th a guitar, the 19th a symbol for Scorpio, and some French fries on the 20th. All right, and then there's a lot of activity on the last week. So the 24th, you have a screwdriver and the letter T, letter E on the 25th. On the 27th, you have, what is that thing? I'm not sure if I know what that is. You got something there on the 27th. The word we, W-E, on the 27th. What the heck is this thing? I'm just going to hold it and see if you can tell. I'm not sure. Maybe that broke off something else. Okay. Then we have at the bottom the letter D and the letter W. We have the word bead, B-E-A-D, weed. We have weld, T, like golf, T-E-E. And what else? Do I see any other names? Or I see the word hotel, H-O-T-E-L, hotel. Hotel. Okay, that could be a good gift for Valentine's Day. Or maybe to yourself. I have the name Ed. Do I have anything else? See the word boat, B-O-A-T. And the word deal, D-E-A-L. That's a good one, especially since we saw so much work stuff coming up. All right. So let me give you some power days based off the dice that you rolled. So you basically rolled double Capricorn because you rolled Saturn and you rolled 10th house. So the moon will be in the sign of Capricorn starting on the 22nd at 6:09 p.m. through the 23rd when Mars goes direct, through the 24th into the 25th at 12:40 a.m. These are power times for you. We also rolled Taurus, and the moon will be going into Taurus on the 3rd, into the 4th when Jupiter goes direct, into the 5th, and into the 6th until 1:44 a.m. So the 6th lined up there. That was where you had a lot of concentrated energy. And then with the moon in Taurus, that's a great time to like buy a piece of jewelry or buy something beautiful. And so mark your calendar for the 6th, okay? All right. Anything else here? I think that's it, Pisces. Thanks for listening and have a great month of February.